with a cooperation like with BMC, you also can bring our young employees in contact with innovations.
Hello and welcome to the third episode of the Brightlands Materials Center podcast series, Sharing Sustainable Innovations. Talking about sharing, today we're going to talk on the phone with the director of Laudibouw, Raymond Veugelers, and he will share his insights and his opinion with us on the new development of the smart windows. Hello, Raymond. Welcome in the podcast show from Brightlands Materials Center. First of all, I would like to know who or what is Laudibouw?
Welcome, good morning. Laudi is a regional construction company, and we are grounded in 1852, and we are part of Wallis-Nedam Construction in the Netherlands. And our shareholder is Renaissance Holding. Within Laudi, we are working with about 130 employees in the construction industry, in housing, industry, utility, renovation and service projects. And we also sometimes work on the Brightlands campus in Sittard-Gelee.
Ah, and that's how you find Brightlands Materials Center, or how do you know that?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, we were contacted by our contacts on the Brightlands campus. And so I met Eugene Verkamp one time, and that's how we got connected.
And you drank a cup of coffee together.
Yeah, correct.
And that's how it went. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me ask you some questions regarding this project. First of all, how important are innovative products for Laudibouw?
For us as Laudibouw, innovation is a very important topic. Not only because we are close to the Brightlands campus in Sittard-Gelee, but where a lot of innovation, of course, is happening. But most important is that we are already 170 years in the market, and we want to be in the future also a healthy company. Mm-hmm. And if you want to be a healthy company, you need continuously to adapt to your surroundings, to your market, and so on. Mm-hmm. And when you want to be a healthy company, you need not only to invest in new products or working methods or processes, but also innovation is innovate in how you work, how your employees are, and so on. So we're also investing in young new employees. And what you see with the current young generation of students, they're well known with quick changes. Everything in the current days is going fast and it's changing every minute. So young people are also well known with adapting. Mm-hmm. So for us, innovation is very important in the whole business that we do.
Yeah, it's an interesting time for companies nowadays. When you look at successful introductions of innovations, of new applications, which is the most important driver for success, you think? Is it the regulations? Is it the consumer demand, or is it the company push there? What makes an innovation successful from begin until market introduction?
I think most important is the need to change. I think that's the most important one. When I look at the current construction industry, till recent there was no need to change. Products are mostly not identical. Society and the companies are always have been clients, for always, and always will be clients, because everybody is in need for housing, for office, for recreational place. So why does the construction industry need to change? The clients are there. Mm-hmm. But what you see in the current days is that the world around us is changing. Mm-hmm. And with upcoming markets as China, India, South America, and also I think in the upcoming decades, Africa also will come as a new market. The pressure on resources is high and will become more and more. Mm-hmm. And also the pressure on availability of labor will become more and more. When you look 40, 50 years ago, the parents told us to study good handcraftship so that you could have a good income. And today, parents tell their kids from go study, go to the university to have a good life. And studying has become a common good. That's good. Don't understand me wrong, but that means that less and less young people will learn craftsmanship.
Yeah.
So the industry needs to change because the need of resources and also there are less resources, but also less craftsmanship. So, as answer to your question, I think it's a combination of market pull by the increasing of need of buildings and market push because everything in the supply chain is changing, labor and resources.
And you feel the heat. You really feel the heat of competitors as well there.
Yeah, that also. But what you see is that that's what I said in the beginning. If you want to be a healthy company to the future, you need to change. You need to adapt to to the change around you, and don't be don't think it's going past us. And what you see is that the change of regulations of the government will also give an extra push to innovate because new regulations will lead to innovations. But I think the most important one is the resources that there are, and that's the need to change by the industry itself.
So the smart window can be really a blessing for Laudibouw then as well. It's young people want to work for sustainable companies. Probably it will help you with a successful.
As part of your DNA, that's important. Yeah,
Okay.
Correct.
So you are already familiar with Brightlands Materials Center Smart Window. What benefits do you see more for your customers, for example?
Yeah, we are working with BMC about the development of this window. And what you see with the current building regulations, there's a big demand for zero energy consumption buildings, and installation of buildings is very high. And what you see is, especially to the closed parts of the facade and roof, they're very high insulated, and the windows are also a critical factor in the outer structure of the building. And if you want to control the amount of heat entering through the window, you need to do something by the glass, of course. And in the summer, you want to block the heat. And when you look at the BMC Smart Window, that's an answer to that problem. By making a heat refractive, energy efficient window, you can not only block heat but also block radiation in the visible spectrum and light. And what you see is that in the winter you want to make maximum use of free heating by the sun through the windows.
Yes.
But in the summer you want to block the heat because you don't want to have cooling installations and that kind of MEP installations. So you don't want to have high energy for air conditioning. And I think the BMC Smart Window is a good solution, a perfect solution for that dilemma. And that will lead to not only better conditions inside, but also I think higher comfort, but also even better health or mood from people in the buildings. Because if you can regulate your heat in the building by making sure that the heat is not coming in, then you get a better, healthier environment in your building.
What do you think consumers prefer? Is it the design of a window or the comfort you're telling us about, or is it value for money? What is most important from your market point of view?
Yeah, I think there's not one aspect that clients are most interested in because the aspects of what you see with the BMC Smart Window, they are all very important. But what you see is that each client has its own needs or business model, and for each client something else is important. So when you look at, as example, housing associations, corporations, the woningstichtingen, they need to improve the energy consumption of their existing houses, and they are most interested in sustainability and low energy consumption. That for them, so it's very important to have a kind of product like the Smart Window. But on the other hand, there are also many commercial clients, and they have different commercial trade-offs. they want to be a sustainable company. They want to have it in their DNA, or they find it important to their customers. And for others, it's maybe not sustainability important, but it's price important. So there are all different kinds of reasons why for what's important for a client. And for some, it's the design is important because they want to show it to the market. They want to have a very modern building. But also for some clients, design is not important. It's about efficiency. It's about comfort. It's about climate conditions. So like in hospitals or laboratory, it's about conditions. So there's there's a wide range of reasons that can be important for the clients.
There's a whole world out there.
There's a whole world out there. You can compare it with supermarkets. There are very many brands of supermarkets, and they all do the same. They provide us in our needs and our groceries, but there's a very wide spectrum how we experience those brands, and there's not one answer what the general public needs, and so you have always to look at what is the question of the client, what are their needs. And that's also important by a product like the BMC Smart Window, is that you can adapt to the client needs. That's with every innovation. You need also to be innovative in how you can adapt to changing needs.
To the different segmentation needs you see there see out there.
Yeah.
So what is when you focus on your own company, what's the most important aspect of the smart window? What will it bring your company? What will it bring Laudibouw?
As mentioned, we are only a small construction company in the region, but for us as a building and development company, the most interesting is that there are new sustainability products and that who can give an answer to future regulations and what I told, the change of need in supply chain and availability and affordability. So, and most important for us is that a product as BMC Smart Window, and that we are joining together with BMC to develop a product like this, is that we are part of sustainable innovations and can be part of a changing industry. And as Laudi, we won't be a front runner in innovations, but by cooperating with Brightlands Materials Center, we can, of course, contribute with our knowledge. And also, what I told in the beginning is that with a cooperation like with BMC, we also can bring our young employees in contact with innovations. And that's also very important because young people, they are changing quickly, and if they are doing the same thing for a year, they're not interested anymore. So you need to change and innovate, and that's what BMC, with all new products that they are thinking about, you can continuously innovate, but also can check what you can do in the market. And for us, we bring in knowledge about the market, and BMC, of course, has the knowledge about developing new products and innovate. So I think it's a very good cooperation. A partnership.
Are you already sharing with your customers that a better, a new level of smart windows is coming? Do you already share that with them?
Yeah, we share with our customers that we are cooperating with BMC. But we didn't share already what are the specific products, because first of all, we want to be a step further together with BMC.
Yeah. Okay.
What we have as Laudi, we have set up our own innovation portfolio, and in which there are 5 topics in that innovation portfolio, and one, of course, is new sustainable products. And we are talking with board members of housing corporations, but also investors. And we tell them that we are working on this kind of innovations, but not specific already. I think you need to do that when you're one step further with the BMC Smart Window. And then we can go to the market together and tell, and that's very important, tell the story and why this product is a good product.
And it's a good story there. It will be a good story.
There's a good story. Yeah, there's a very good story because we have, of course, in the Netherlands signed a sustainability agreement with the European Union, and we need to make our buildings sustainable. So there need to be a change of using materials and products. There have to be new products.
So the smart window is a big chance for Laudibouw
it's a big chance.
there.
Yeah.
What is, and to wrap it up, the last question, what needs to be done now, first priority, to before you can go to the market? What's really an important step for you, which you are curious about, which will succeed or not? What's the next
first step? Is to have together with BMC a pilot project. Where we can use the smart window and where we can monitor it and show clients what does the window do. So I think first of all show it to the market, real life.
And when you look at the time, what kind of is it within 6 months, a year, or maybe longer that we can build this pilot project in real life?
Yeah, we can already. We also discussed with BMC and with Brightlands that we have a big housing project in Maastricht, the A2 project. Mm-hmm. There are about 1,000 houses and student homes built in the upcoming years. And we already suggested to BMC that we can use one of our houses, what we are building there, as a kind of pilot house, where you can show all new products of BMC. That you also can use to monitor it, and then you can take clients to that house and can show them what the product is, and that's important.
So we really have something to look forward. Yeah,
we have.
Okay.
We need to help each other in the region to be an innovative region as Limburg. So we need to use the power that we all have together.
Okay. Laudibouw seems to me a very interesting company to work for. As a young talent, I really would love to opt to work together with such an innovative company. So you're doing a great job. Thank you for sharing a bit of the insights of Laudibouw and important drivers why you are working together with a knowledge institute as Brightlands Materials Center, TNO. So thank you again, and thank you for sharing your story with us.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you, and have a nice day, all. Thanks.
Okay, see you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you all for listening to this third edition of the Brightlands Materials Center podcast series. If you liked this episode, please subscribe to our podcast, Sharing Sustainable Innovations, and we're looking forward seeing you back next time. Ciao.